Where am I?
Alrighty, guys, we're back in Call of Cthulhu.
This foul gas again.
Come with us. No, please. I can't leave here.
You've got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
No, you don't understand. If I go out, he'll see me. No, no!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Oh, okay. Back to bed, I guess. Oh boy. Should I explore a little bit? Oh, I don't like this in the slightest.
They tracked and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams. They swooned over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Good God.
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams.
Oh boy.
When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time.
Oh boy.
Can you stand up?
Yeah.
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. I saw the nurses at work on a patient. It wouldn't be good for me to get caught.
You must avoid them at all costs. If someone found out that I released you from your room, I'd never find work in a hospital again.
So nice of you to worry about me like that.
Do not be unpleasant, Mr. Pierce. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
Okay, I gotta go away. This guy's freaking me out.
Poor wretch.
Dr. Condon, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them.
Please stop screaming. It's making me very uncomfortable.
As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Oh boy.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there's sleeping pills left. We've run out again upstairs.
You. Yeah, you there. Come here. I don't know what you're doing there, but you don't seem to...
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Yeah.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
What is welling up inside?
Good God, please.
It roars and swells and has strength of oceans. Its waves rise and crash, leaving behind them a deep trail.
Don't let me sleep. He does not catch me. If he does not catch me, I do not sleep.
Oh God.
If I do not sleep, I do not see him. I do not hear him.
Oh boy. This is the much more intense part of the game. Oh boy.
Have I activated anything?
Oh boy.
Good God. What could this machine be used for?
Oh, Mina like. Alright. These wires, I need to...
It's done. Now for the others.
Alright, so I just have to go grab these things and it should... Fury, short it out, I guess? Short circuit it? Shit, I don't like this, guys. I'll be real.
It's
And
locked.
The door's locked. Brilliant. Let's think about it.
The green gas leaves from here and it runs through the whole building. This valve controls the pressure.
No, I don't like it. Let's
It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands.
Well, then I'm gonna need to grab something that'll allow me to break things. Dr. Fuller, I have repaired your machine as best as I can. However, the piping has been damaged and I fear the gas is escaping. I cannot do any more in such a short time. All I can do is to warn you if the equipment is put under too much pressure, there's a risk of explosion. Z. Allen, mechanic.
The control wheel is missing.
Oh, lovely. Can I pick the lock? Yes.
Perfect. Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
Shit, unimpressive.
This lever must turn on the gas machine. There's nothing happening.
Oh, hey. So now we're just gonna grab. Oh, wait. I guess next we gotta find a wheel to try to push these things over. Yeah, okay. So we might need the pincers still, so let's just be prepared for that. Oh, wait, what's this? Note to staff, last week's incident caused significant damage to the infrastructure, putting a stop to current experiments. This is unacceptable. From now on, the wheels to operate the gas stopcocks must be kept in the storage room. After each use, moreover, you must keep the register of use up to date. Dr. Fuller. And to the storage room, so now...
Perfect.
I'm glad they let me keep my lockpicks. Shit, I was not expecting him. Oh, hey, look. Okay, I know it's in here somewhere. I'm gonna hide here. It's right here. Fuck.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
I gotta keep going this way, don't I? There's probably nothing here. It's probably... Shit. I don't like it. Once he comes back, we're gonna go. Once he passes, I'll go. I don't like it. I don't like it in the slightest. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills? Scopolamine, morphine, opium? Nothing but common drugs. My new friend's sleeping pills. I don't like it in the slightest. Keys in here, I believe. I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw.
Okay, so now we head back over here. Okay. Now we can move the valves and they should activate and cause a lot of pressure.
Now for the next step.
Nope, I'm gonna need another wheel, aren't I? God dang it. Oh wait. What's that? Okay, turned up. So I just need that one, I guess, and then I'm free. Like there's not a single one in here.
It's locked.
Okay. I don't like this in the slightest.
Locked.
The only way in, I believe, is through the cook's door over here, and that could be a pain to get through. Okay, I think now we can head to the administration's office, I believe. This just makes going through this room a lot easier. Okay, this room here. Which again just makes it easier for us to travel. So here it is for us to traverse through everything. The happier we'll all be. Okay, we are missing something. I think it's the... Shoot, what are we looking for? Okay, we found it. Now, sneak back. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And that's still not enough.
I've got to hide before the guards see me.
Somebody here!
Hell's teeth. Fuller's...
I think we've got a walk.
Hide. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Doctor, is that you?
No.
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
I'm not leaving without you.
No! Don't inflict this on yourself!
Come on, Sanders. Do it for my conscience.
You are making a mistake, sir. My fate is not your responsibility. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Chandler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
No! Sanders! What the hell? I gotta... This is insane. What killed him? Damn! The gas!
Oh, shit.
Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
Alright. Well then, that was very, uncomfortable. Definitely one of the more, disturbing horror places. Oh, God.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
No, we're going cold turkey. No more drinking.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Well then.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Over his eyes, he's not doing well.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course. He's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Better to confront the truth. I think it's if you find out you were lied to your face, it's gonna come off bad later if it's told, if the truth is found out.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow.
Well,
Perhaps
not
I'll
used to
find a
madness.
link between her husband's
Agreement
death
with the madness.
and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Let's check around for books to read real quick. I wonder if there's any more. Gotta be another book or something around here. Alright, I guess we'll go now. And we deal with the scariest part of this entire game, which makes me freak out and want to cry. And for this, I'm just going to pull up my guide that I used, because I'm a terrible gamer, and I really want to get past this level quickly.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
You're the one who kept me here.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
I'm gonna check the journal real quick. Oh, we got a lot of... Okay. Just go 100% investigation and then go... Go and then enter. Let's see. Death of Francis Sanders. Oh, the original. Francis Sanders. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched a limbs break and Sanders' body crumbled to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember and undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. And we're shaken. Okay. Lost Battalion. Ritual dagger.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge the receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I'm sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you at the moment of his interment. You signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I send my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. That's kind of weird.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Proud and very upset.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Which is probably a bit of both. So like...
Ah!
The Shambler. I need to see it.
No idea. Wait, I gotta wait. 3. Wait, God. 3, 4, 2. No. Shoot, I'm trying to figure this out. Hang on, guys, I'm gonna probably...
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
So, yeah, that was way off. Alright, then there's a cylinder here, I believe. Oh, here we are.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
A strange Amerindian pendant. I could use one of those.
The whale and the cod. read the book, yes. Unknown creatures, I'm beginning to believe that they exist. I mean, I would.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their visions as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
There's more than that, Miss Baker.
So people have been talking behind my back. I was almost beginning to like you, Mr. Pierce. But it stays cat for you.
You knew the Sanders?
Irene is a friend of mine.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
I would suppose.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Why are they glowing? That's concerning.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Oh, hello. Seems familiar.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. I've been saying that all year. I'm just gonna... That's what I'm gonna label the episode. I'm gonna leave it. I don't like it, guys.
Why was he so interested in old weapons? The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Oh, boy.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Public entrance. Pretty. Hang on a second. Alright, now this is where I get my guide out.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
After they pass, we're gonna run for the painting and actually kill it. Oh, I hate this part. Alright, and I gotta start from all the way back here. Okay.
What the hell was that?
Just gonna hide in here. Oh, I hate it. I hate this. Should I just skip this entire thing, please? Oh, this is too scary for me, too spooky for me. And literally, this is the only part that really shatters my fucking soul. Yep, just in time. Holy shit.
That maybe I can use this dagger.
Fucking damn it. Ugh.
What the hell was that?
I hate this so much. God damn, I hate it. You know? Oh. I don't like it. Fuck. Hey, I destroyed the canvas. I don't know what happened to it.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
figured it out. I used the wrong dagger.
What the hell was that? Damn. This dagger looks different.
Shit.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Holy shit. Motherfuckers, I ain't lying. That shit. Oh, I am in pain. I am sitting here rocking back and forth. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a minute before I continue. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus Christ. I hate it. I hate it so much. God damn. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I'm gonna need to breathe for a second. Oh. Alright, you know. For sure. I'll go ahead and I'll end the episode here. And I'll probably just get ahead and start on the next chapter. We faced that thing again, by the way, the Shambler, because holy shit. But at least next time we know how to counter it. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned until next time. Holy shit, I'm lightheaded. God.